Sabria Kusi 940. We'll share with you all the big stories in Ghana. Second stay with us. I don't pay any come on. We need a Mr. Speaker, Kwame Appiah Kubi. So it's produced by Richard Appiah Support, Andy, Fifi, and the rest of the team. And together, I don't pay. We are live across the country. Easy.
Kwame easy. Kwame yana yenuanu central for no. Ma me mfa futu kakra ma wo. Yana ha ya ni kan sem dodo. Ade yana se yenhwehwemu ansana ya ka bibi.
Ade mo anye hwehwemu.
Unse ba bi wo ho a. Bi wo ho a onye hwehwemu onya hu ya. Na opese won di kan report nti. Na waka. Eze wo se military for the letter ba abonten, krata ba abonten say asoja form hu omo ho no nyese bia omo ebobo eban ewo ho anase we say nemum yade a ye speaker nkasa ana etro edebre wo mo say so omo ebe ye nhyiamu bia na nye emna se bedwa fie ho na nkasa na ebe bia ade ye be kine so mba no be hwe ho say bi obi wo bomb ana bibisa abehye ho a nti e krata a omo atro ko ye ma omo so baaye na no asa de bi no mukika ye na omo hye yukuta tuo ni ade no omo se nyesa ya ntu ye Kwame nyesa unze man no sabe baby abobo boni ade ni nyina no ebi o hide en centrofo
say wono o ye o report utie
metio
stations in the doors and you be a person
otie so mutie ha
o relevance so na be chi exactly and no final report no one can asrafo bi asem otie asem na
me no kre ni
say asrafo abaha no mbe hunu nipa no mbe David enye no na highlighting in fact a larger part of our coverage, was centered within the chamber.
And the outside.
Yes. And one more report here, don't report it. Why? And trouble news to do how you be. And to be answering anything. I hired him.
Kessben. Kessben.
I don't know. The open word. They said to be a car.
Oh, yes.
Open the crano.
No, dear.
Now, per se, who the air cost. Trudeau, dear. Yeah. And the mechanic is a dear. Who himself is Rosa why?
Kwame is on somewhat town.
Executive director at the Parliamentary Network Africa.
Okay.
Namini in Nkomo. What would the name standing on this? Na Oba Bibremu Hansua. Parliament Bibre Jumedia Womudino. Woman a deal when the ADH. Sabi, what's your car marching?
Mr. Speaker.
Now, important to say.
Boy, that I'm on for your pa, also.
Erade de Mkwache, adope yenso ho ye pa na dedi kai mame na wase se waje so adope. Enti Andra speaker ba ye no don hwe aduasa kra no wanya ana afei wo mo bom pa ye wie ya e check ye proceedings for the previous day year corrections near the wie ya no say wa join a sitting for any time I won no be who say as I say call it members no back. But ma yenin komo and draw the adjournment of sitting any the course so e wo mrahye bedwamu no. Mo na modi mani e de standing orders no echi. Everybody say you are saying and the city airport.
My kind of say enra and I'm more speaker to
Kessben.
No an act of wisdom.
Okay.
On the yeah kasa ye culture ni ye traditions muni ade no e group baby na say ntiase nye juma na say ibise mo na tempers have flared up ni ade e ka say yenko ni yenko bisa brewa.
Exactly.
It allows for calmer, cooler heads. We can be able to find resolution to an issue. And he certainly couldn't have just done that, but needed to do it on the basis in line with almost standing orders. Standing orders of Parliament, the Emra, and all chair Parliament, and Obekaya, Speaker, Ekuti, the relevant orders, to buttress the point to say, Parliament suspended indefinitely, so that they could perhaps think through, get to realize that the mood of the country, it's not the time where we think we're coming with just a few weeks to elections, where people are just supporters are just finding a little trigger for people who want to misbehave near the idea. These things should not be promoted by the Parliament of Ghana, which is supposed to be the house a holding together. For me, I think that the real intent between Enra suspension was to allow calmer heads, allow for time, so that they could think through some of these things and get a better resolution to the matter. Now, I think that was necessary.
Yes, but Sammy, allowing cool heads to prevail, should equally not take away the mandate of the Parliament, sir, and the recall of the members, was as a result of the fact, sir, there were some loan agreements near the SSM Rashebejano, etimi approve and sana 8 Parliament, etimi apejenimo, other business are now a war itinerary and they needed to be considered. Now, Oshedi SCR, what does it mean? Is there any chance and now opportunity? Probably the House may want to come back to wrap up on Enema one more NTMI within just about 45 days more to election 2024. To recall Parliament, and I said to recall Parliament indefinitely without a defined time simply means to say watching another next week Parliament you bet me as after Parliament back right, because it's being recalled Senedi, which means to say there is no appointed date for resumption, right? So that appointed date for resumption could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be with the Speaker recalling the House back, or could simply even be, a friend is saying, a section of members of Parliament triggering the necessary relevance clauses to get the country coming back. I am thinking, say, and just like indicated, the aftermath of suspending the House, and I said adjourning, how are members of Parliament on either side? How is the Speaker? How are leaders of the various arms of government? Because you see, and this involves all 3 arms of government. Speakership, as the one managing the legislative arm of government, the president as the head of the executive arm, say these things can harm, government business if it is not dealt with, properly. Judiciary, because Madam Chief Justice, Enzo say some of these things are hinged on the ability of the judiciary to decisively give a verdict on the true interpretation of Article 97 1G and H, so that we can bring this matter to a close. Because you see, Speaker Okwe, a ruling in 2020 in Anka, court according to remove on the true and proper interpretation of 97 1G and HR. And by this time, I settle where I was saying okay.
And this time round, because we didn't do that when the issue was less grave 4 years ago, we have had to face a graver moment with the issue now. And we need to settle it once and for all now to avoid its recurrence, 4 years from now. But yes, there is parliamentary business that needs to be undertaken. There is government business to be undertaken in Parliament. And that is why all of these things must inform the need for all of these people to do what they need to do as quickly as possible. Because, maybe an NDC side in Parliament, that guy, I say government business, they say, I'm fine, you're kotoaba into nyoma kobo prana answer na akobwa. It doesn't work like that. You know, it takes a country that is on the path for you to be able to even take over if you win an election.
Okay.
You know, they must have an interest in ensuring that Noma will not come to a halt. Moreover, as a parliament, we approve budget for the first 3 months of next year
for 2025. Yes.
Exactly. And
it is expected, said it will be read by November, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Because and you know, you can do whatever it is, and then next year, and that's after elections, because we win after elections, you know, I can get the people back. Then you may have people also on the other side wanting to sabotage the process. So the time is now. The same for the MPP group in Parliament. Say, this is not the time for who wear the power lights, and I say that by the war and all of it. This is the time for cooler heads. This is the time for reaching out, because we are buying what I always have to make sure the Ghana be cool. So this is the time for reaching out and making sure that the right things get done and everybody gets to the table to decide and agree that, you know, we need to run the country, and to run the country, this is the way to go.
Very well. Sabi, I'm grateful Adope for your time. All right, Samuel Obe, Executive Director at the Parliamentary Network Africa, speaking to us Adope on the sidelines of Endra this year.
Kwame.
Yes. Some guys was means.
David. Kenken kwa na onim Kwame mrasebadwafoɔ no sebe ɛya na ɔmo de adwen edi agro unde ntia me kasa unse papa ya kasa unse o kasa no se ebra Michael Kwedie no ne de ne ba na nke court ntem a anka sa break nyina ya te ho ase unse ebra na eba no na unse ebra na eba na MPP ɔmo majority enti na inform ho ɔmo anka bi enipa osore kasa yewura Mahama Yarega ana ka kire siama so onfa nkɔ court sada no won di akwakoye enano a MPP o minority na abu se ha o mo de o mo asori agina Ayarega nso say court no o say omua e wo court no o so omumua won wi ase
na no won he me de ka me twa ya say Supreme Court be ma interpretation na o mo interpreti mrani bia na nka akosi say no o cross the carpet crowd between na hwebedwam o ya waju so be ko independent between atenam na hwebedwam na ye be hu the chaotic scenes e be ko so obra hwebedwam that time ni do ha and ye be hu say aban ni aban between ya influence even though we minority but it can won say between ya influence abai majority that time no ye be we get there
Ebran besu
we'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there. You see, my question is that say in real life situation and common sense. Cynthia Mamle Morris say ye can no cry when you penny ma can no cry. NPP caucus no committee na omo friend na. Kodwa Asante Suhum MP. Enne say parliamentary caucus say wo NPP afa no. Wo mo committee na wo mo friend. Eno na no NDC for WhatsApp page so messages free by allegedly. Wo mo ka MPs na nkasa akase. Ade akwachi aka ada na di wo manso amemfini mrahye bedwam. Ehu ihia kra so obekoso atena wo mo pages. MPs na eka. What it tells you is that the moment akwachi aka MP wo manso amemfi eye na dwen so obeko independent amongst the NDC members of parliament wo mu hu ni se wo nka wo mu hu
biom
and that is the reality. Kwamba fi no kura ni nie we na enye kokko enye fita ana wuntimi mfa bibia amfra fa bibia the moment sa MP ni ye na dwen so no de obeko kwantenkro a party ni mu mpanfo nyina ne na kwakọ kasa o sister no obeko kwantenkro in the minds of the NDC caucus no they know so wonka wo
so
people began asking say enti anipa na betray wo mo trust no nka wo na still na wo mo page a wo mo was wada so bi this is the reality obetimi adada ho aye de opese wo ye eno ade ya ye kase Kwamba John Mahama che resources the ama parliamentary candidates so wo mo fa nkoye campaign wo mo constituencies mana Kwakye akanya
dabi o mani bi
MPP party mo share resources na Mamle Morrison ene Kojo Asante mo ma wo mo no kura ni ye ka no kura ni so amose ma me enka
wonka ho.
You know the truth. You know where the truth is.
Yeah, you are from that.
The legalities, you see, there be the legalities of the issues.
No.
But the politics of it, if you are not careful and comfortable punish, you can win it.
Common sense,
exactly.
Who use common sense.
Exactly the point. And then Dr. Baumia ko round our party na file parliamentary candidate. Aguna West. Dr. Baumia be na ko Aguna West or ko MP. No akwa peja Mamle Morrison sa se monto aba bomfama Mamle Morrison edi entia John Mahama be dan ko du maso amemfi akase wa peja Kwakye akase nsa se monto aba ma. This is the reality no krani nie
ebinsi
enti mo ma ye na adai ho now see me no manage because Kwambevi esabia ye twa bia be kwa asa aba be boye e will hit us in the face clearly.
Enyum no kura kire asembi ara meka
Kessben
adibi ara Kwame yeko
se bra no ye ya na akowie se
awie sa
ye twasa ne de ato hɔ ene o de ase se ne tintin ne tietie nyira ne se yesi obi tie mrahye bedwam na sa 4 years na ye to aba ne man no expire but in the next parliament where na ju so obekɔ content kra yesi yenya no man nya nadwuma within this parliament even though the person has portrayed a high level of this loyalty to party and buy. What you say? But almost still, yeah, la man koswa. Yeah, so. So Supreme Court ninya so did pay so there. Ya be kwa ba, ye nyina se be benefit.
No.
Ye nyina be benefit too. E brand so ye nyina be benefit. Judicial president, ye try to eno anu no.
Na ye mra.
Emra ne ye de judge de say emra ne tie. Eno anu no.
Kwame ye ko hu. Ye se ye ko. Na na krata na nsem bi agbamu ya me de papa ba ko pe. Kwame ba ko pe. We nya Ghana ha na si ye Peru na si ye former president bi yeso akwaja demudi